Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a little bit of a test drive of Sal's car, his R32 we built. Just trying to make sure that everything's good, our alignment, making sure there's no holes in the map or any kind of weird drivability things. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Check out what we got going on. We have a lot of new things happening. The new website is pretty much done. We have a whole section in there kind of outlining what we do and our services and everything else. Plus, we're putting together a lot of packages for the cars that we build. So if you haven't already, head over to our website, HDWerks.net. Make sure it's .net. Been trying to buy the .com for years. Homeboy won't give it to me, so we're trying. But until now, HDWerks.net. Pick up some swag, pick up some stuff. But as far as today, let's do some test driving. First impressions here, this is a 2.6 piston rod motor, nothing crazy at all. We have some R1.5 GSC cams in this thing with a 6-boost manifold and a Xona rotor turbo. Sounds great though, listen. This is just partial throttle. I'm just trying to make sure that there's no weird things in the actual map, any kind of drivability things, anything that would kind of give me an issue once I sent it to the customer. It's been a little funky. We've had some trigger issues with this car. And we've done a ton of these triggers before, but for some reason these cars like to fight me sometimes. So this one, it's been giving me some trigger issues. Trying to iron that out. But like today's, it seems fine, and other days it just wants to give me some trigger errors. So I'm trying to vet it a little bit, because last thing I need is to ship it to the owner and then calls me with like a trigger issue. So I want to make sure that it's reliable as it can be, obviously for a race car. So like here's a good opportunity to check the cruise. Let's see, cruise set. Cruise is working. I just have basic cruise function set up with him. I don't have like an up and down because we don't have enough buttons. But he can sit here and drive like this on the highway, which is kind of nice. Brake cancels it, just like a normal cruise control. And you get all these features with the Haltech when you're on drive-by-wire. It kind of unlocks a whole other sector for you when you're on drive-by-wire, because you have control. Same thing with traction and boost by gear and all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, see actually right here, there's a small kind of hole in the map at light throttle input, like very, very light throttle. I'm getting like some real lean stuff here, so I'll have to go back and look at that. Very fixable though. Other than that, it's pretty smooth. Builds boosts really fast. Like I said, we have GSC 1.5R cams in here with supercut valve train, springs, etc. Light port job, and everything's always +1. Great throttle response. It's a little raspy with the 6-boost manifold. It sounds great. It's on a Tomei catback, and I made basically the downpipe to slip fit meat into the other portion of it. Yeah, throttle response is really good. Let's see if we can get it to get squirrely here. Oh yeah. That was second gear, pretty much fucking useless. I have the all-wheel drive setup right now, just running rear-wheel drive today. I actually have a button here which we're going to integrate so I can roll in. Everything's set up in this for the sensors, but I have to do a little bit more configuration to roll in the all-wheel drive. So basically right now it's in burnout mode or pure rear-wheel drive, so if you want to slide it around, you can do that. I'm going to have it set up where you can roll in basically 4 options. You'll have rear-wheel drive completely, and then we'll lock up in percentages up to basically half and half, 50-50. So you can have a little bit of oversteer or all the way up to like 50-50. So you can still have fun with it, but you're not doing what I just did there and just smoking the tires. Because this car makes about 700. I think we dynoed it right about 700 horsepower. So and on 26 pounds, which is great numbers for this car on a basic engine. For a street car, this is more than enough power. We really don't like to build them much more than that because, especially for the chassis, it just starts to get really obnoxious unless you're really trying to do something purposeful like drag racing or street stuff or grudge racing or what have you. We want to make sure that you're safe and you're not putting it in a ditch because they can get out of control really quick. And the noises that this thing makes is just fantastic. Turbo spool's really nice. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we have a Haltech suite in this car, IC7 dash and a keypad, 2500 all-wheel drive control. We have a really crazy fuel system in this car. Before Frenchies and some other guys came out with like a multi-pump in-tank solution for the 32 chassis, we made one from scratch, basically with a lift pump in the tank, a nice lift pump in the tank, filling to a Radium triple pump swirl pot. And then we have, I think we have 10 up and 8 back in this car, or 8.6, I can't remember what we did. But it's a very robust fuel system, and we wouldn't ever have to build it over again. Let's say he wanted to make 1,000 or wanted to make 1,200, then it would be very easy for him to do that. It's just, we have all the fuel in the world at that point. So sometimes for these cars, the bigger the cam you don't have any vacuum, and this car is a good example. We have, at idle, I have like 0.2 PSI, which is probably about -10 vacuum, which isn't very much, maybe a little bit less. And what happens there is there's no air velocity coming in through the throttle body, and on top of that, we have a very big throttle body in this car. And then you got to move all that air to each cylinder. So what happens at idle, there's not a lot of velocity, and you'll get a very weird idle sometimes. It's not a traditional chop when you move up to something like this. A lot of the cars I've built since this iteration, we've just stuck to individual throttle bodies just because of how smooth they drive at the same power level, right? So this setup, if we built, let's say we built the motor after PRP comes out with their full block and head assemblies, I can literally take this whole car, same turbo, same fuel system, same everything, and basically turn it up. And then we can have 1,200, 1,300, 1,500, whatever we decide to do. We'll be limited to the turbo size. We won't be limited to really anything else at that point. So we like to overbuild stuff. This is a good example of that. Let's see what this car will do here today. We're gonna go second, and I'll try to get it into third. Woo! And I was grabbing for traction the whole time there. But you can see it almost, kind of hard to see it in the video sometimes, but the car almost wants to like stand up. And this is only about 700 horsepower right now. It's on our max boost setting for this car for the safety level, but it's real fun, like super fun. And this is in the rear wheel drive, so makes tons of cool noises. Very fun car to drive around. Our temps are still 182. I just did a pull, 181 now, coming down. Good oil pressure, everything's where I want it to be right now. Yeah, Xona rotor turbo, Turbosmart wastegate, just a single gate on this car. Now that we're rolling, we're more like 14 volts because we have the alternator speed up. And it's breaking these 888s loose like no problem back here. We have 888Rs on the back of this car, actually all the way around. Still in rear wheel drive mode, but and it's on a 275 tire, I think, on this car. This is on with R35 brakes and our LM GT4s. makes all the right noises for sure. Traction's pretty much useless with rear-wheel drive in this car. Hope you liked today's video. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Please follow us on all of our channels, all of our media. If you have any questions about a build, please fill out the form online, go to the website, or shoot me a DM. We're working very hard to expand our services and expand our processes here at the shop, so there probably will be one more video of this car when Sal picks it up. But I appreciate you watching. Have a great day. This is HDWerks.